Yo, what's good, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing well today, and welcome to an episode of Stayin in D1. As you guys saw just there, we're at 14 points, 4 wins, 2 draws, no losses. Things are looking very good for us, so we're going to continue using our 3-5-2 team. Been loving that striker partnership between Royce and Mario Gomez. They've been playing absolutely amazing together, and Gomez has that clinical and amazing finishing that I've been talking about so much over the course of the past episodes, so going to continue using it. But this time we come up against the dreaded 4-3-3 formation against the 3-5-2. The 4-3-3 is extremely good against the 3-5-2. It literally counters you for the most part, but he does have a couple of dead links around there. He's got a random Lavezzi thrown in onto the team. He probably could have used plenty of other wingers to go ahead and get full chemistry, but he doesn't go with it. We're going to start things off in the first half with a great through ball to Gomez. He's free. Rip one outside of the box, hits the post, and my opponent gets lucky that we do not score that one. I probably could have inched a little bit closer and finished that one, but I did not. He eventually gets a shot off with Lavezzi, his first shot of the match, but Buffon dives and makes a great save. Look at this great work from Royce. Delivers the ball to Di Maria, but does not get there. It gets deflected off his defender. We get our first corner here as we get to it, but Mario Gomez just skies it over the crossbar, and we don't get anything out of that one. 45th minute approaching. What a ball from Mario Gomez, and Royce just one-times that one near post, and his keeper does nothing but sit on his knees as Royce celebrates an incredible goal. Let's watch that one again. Just gets it past his keeper for a great finish and a great goal. Right away, second half, he's using the wings as much as possible, which is the weakness of the 3-5-2. That's why the 4-3-3 is so good. Pepe clears the ball out pretty well right there. He's trying to do some nice passing, but a bad touch gives away possession of the ball, and now it's Gutsa and Royce versus the defenders, and look at what Royce does. Completely outmuscles, outpaces the defender, goes near post again in the 50th minute, scores his second goal of the match. We're up 2-0 just like that. As you guys can see here, another cross from my opponent, but Buffon comes through for us and makes an incredible save to ensure that we keep that 2-0 lead. He gets a corner, crosses it in, this time again Buffon showing off that great reflex and goes ahead and knocks the ball out, but he gets another corner. This time we're trying to play that good defense, make sure everyone is marked, but Kabul just out jumps my defender and ends up knotting it home for a 2-1 scoreline now. But as soon as he scores, he goes with an over the top through ball to Teo, and Teo just heads the ball over Buffon, and it soars right into the back of the net. We find ourselves equalized now. He's one more time going to use the wings. You guys see a cross and pray. Fernando Torres out jumps, which I believe right there was Walter Samuel. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he ends up taking the lead. We were up this whole match, but eventually I slow things down, get it to Mario Gomez. I mean, who else is going to do the job for us? And we go ahead and score the tying goal, equalize it at 3-3, but we walk away with another draw. We had the match pretty much won at one point, but we just gave up so many crosses. We gave up so many shots on target. We find ourselves with 4 wins and 3 draws, no losses still, but we're at 15 points with only a couple of games remaining. Only 3 games remaining in Division 1, so we really have to step things up, make sure that we win these next games and get that Division 1 title. So let's go ahead and hop into the next match. And our opponent is using a 4-1-2-1-2 team, full BPL team at that, and it was a very good match. He played very well, extremely well actually. The only thing that was a little bit annoying is he passed around the back quite a bit, so I had to cut out a lot of the footage, but early on in the first half, we're 8 minutes in now, he's going to try to work the wings against the 3-5-2. Pepe outmuscles David Silva. Ball goes out for a corner. We pull in Mario Gomez as an extra defender in the box. I manually mark Company, but Company just jumps over Mario Gomez. Mario Gomez doesn't even do anything to clear that out, and Company knots it in. We find ourselves down 1-0 early on. He gets me on the counter now, completely outpaces Walter Samuel. Samuel's Samuel's trying to catch up with Suarez. Fake shots, lays it off to Podolski, but Chiellini jumps right in and deflects the ball, clears it out for us. We get a little bit lucky not to concede. 40 minutes in now, we find El Shaarawy make the run, but you guys saw my opponent cleverly calls the offside trap, and he catches us offside, does not get anything for us. Eventually, we shake off opponent with a nice ball roll. Mario Gomez gets free, gets a shot on goal, but does not go in. Petr Cech makes an incredible save. He comes out for a corner, punches it out. We maintain possession here. It's the 45th minute, but he's just pulling, pushing, tugging, doing anything possible. He's all over me. We eventually just dribble the ball and maintain possession. Di Maria breaks free from his defender, finds Gomez, but does not get enough power on that pass. We end up wasting a nice attack there. So we go into the second half, finding ourselves still down 1-0. We play good defense on the wings. Richard gets it right back, crosses it in. Walter Samuel that time out jumps my opponent, and then he calls an offside trap. This time we get him, and we're going to get a little bit sweaty and pass it right to Mario Gomez, who's going to put it in for us every single time. It's an open net. 54 minutes in, we find the equalizer, but right after I score, I make a mental mistake, play a little bit too aggressive, and Nani, what an incredible finish with his weak foot. He goes far post. Buffon can't get to that one. He ends up taking the lead 2-1. Eventually, we play some good defense, going for the slide tackle, and again, we get him on the counter with El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy's going to take this one on his own, lays it off to Royce. Royce just gets to that one before Petr Cech gets a touch on it, and then he ends up making a critical sub. Puts in Chicharito and Walcott into the game, takes out Nani and Suarez, and at that point, I knew we were in a little bit of trouble. He ends up passing the ball around. He's going to find Valencia, takes a shot on goal. Buffon makes an incredible save. It falls right to Podolski. Podolski is going to put another one in for him, and we end up losing our first game with this team 3-2. A bit unfortunate. He was definitely the better player, though. I cannot say anything about my opponent. And just like that, we find ourselves in a deep hole with 4 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. A bit frustrating that we haven't put enough W's on the board. So we find ourselves with 15 points and 2 games remaining. We've got 2 games left, so that means we have 2 must-win games. If we lose or draw, we end up not getting that Division 1 title. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Stayin in D1, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see daily FIFA content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I mean, what else you gonna do? We'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Later.